we are really doing it, which really matters to me, for me and my family. I ask you, today, end of today, whatever the exercises are there, please do it with sincerity. Then you will understand that where is your time and energy is going on. You personally, is it in line with what you really want to do, where you can really contribute, or something? You know, we are all spending so much time on many things which may get disturb us, but we cannot do anything. But are we doing that much time which really matters to us, and tomorrow it can be a different tomorrow? Are we really investing on the energy and work or efforts on that? We can think about it. So now I need to really come back. Is there any one question or anything anyone wants to share? Last, in short, you can take. You can unmute and share. I think someone is sharing and I had to stop. Someone, is it Andal madam or is it Pratima madam? Someone is sharing.
Sir, I just started what we discussed in breaking rooms, that's all.
Okay.
We all three of us are on the same line, that all of us understood that it is our habitual routines and the subconscious mind which has been still dominating our behavior. But at the same time, after these classes, and sir was attending for the ninth time, it seems, we have been able to take a pause and reflect upon ourselves where we are going wrong. And this is what has been happening, and it's my personal experience. Thank you, sir.
Nice. So hope these are the three words now is a little meaningful to you after 6 days or 7 days. That am I able to aware what I am doing, what I am talking, what I am thinking, what I am feeling? Is this awareness is a little bit improved? Once I'm aware, then only I can investigate. It is very difficult for me to investigate without aware. The example I have given, the smell example, it's very difficult for you to investigate it. If I am not able to investigate, if I am not able to find it, what is the cause? What I am able to diagnose, like how you diagnose your health issue, it's very difficult to evaluate. Now, what it requires, what is the right thing to do? Hence, it's evaluating present issue and trying to see possibility for the new future or new action. So I request you to much more try to see these things. So it's not doing meditation. This workshop is not the dhyan karna. This entire workshop asks you to dhyan dena. Are you paying attention? Are you mindful about things? I may not be mindful, but at least I may reflective. I'm able to reflect after the action. That will really help us to be a little better person. I don't see that there will be some magic will happen after this course or that, but the magic will happen inside, not outside. That at least I am able to see the joy of living that life most of the time, the joy of responding, the joy of asking what is my role in this situation. It's a very, very responsibility. So we'll come back to the proposal. Whatever we say, please consider as a proposal. So don't assume it as a true or the false. Every proposal verify on your own right. In my life, is it making sense or no sense? This dialogue between you and yourself, that is very important. That dialogue is what is that. For example, morning when madam is sharing about the last night, that bitter experience, that dialogue, because of the dialogue, what I have done, what I supposed to do, and why I did what I did. That dialogue helped her to reflect on that situation. Now, when you are practicing this, slowly this dialogue will happen with your thought. This dialogue will happen with your feeling. So you are able to stop yourself before reacting itself. Then before you are able to see on your thought, and that you may not project certain things in a way that harms you. So that's the journey we go in this in inner journeys. So look, with the due respect to any meditation or any other courses or anything, I request everyone, don't over evaluate anything. At the same time, don't under evaluate anything. If you understand what is your purpose, and right now where you are struggling, any kind of courses, you have this right placement. Some courses may help you to pay attention well. Some courses may help you to understand what to pay attention, the proposals. So I request, but don't outsource the responsibility. Any course you attend, any spiritual, traditional, or any academic courses, I request one thing: you just be conscious of what is my purpose, why I am doing. Then you can consciously, you can aware that what I can take from you. So you might have watched this video in the first day or second day, that the entire process of this course, if you see all the self activities as that, what is this verifying on your own right? That anything you're taking as a proposal, first you are asking, is it naturally acceptable to me? मेरे लिए स्वीकार है कि नहीं सहजता से? Naturally, is it acceptable to me? The feeling of respect is naturally acceptable to me. The feeling of gratitude, naturally acceptable to me. It's not that because of the class you are appreciating. Before class also you have that acceptance. Yes, this feeling should be there. Feeling of respect, feeling of affection. When I'm living with the other person, is it ensuring that mutuality or not? If it's not ensuring mutuality, then that proposal you need to verify. Just sir said that the reaction, sir, in what situation we can react, in what situation we can get that boiling is okay. You just apply here. Is it making sense to you? Is it naturally acceptable to you to react, to get angry, or to scold someone, or to beat someone? Yes. Now you go to next level. When you are living with the other person, is it leading to mutual happiness? No. That is maybe my assumption, that may not be my right understanding. If anything which is valid, satisfying this filter, that you consider as the right understanding. Right now what is happening is that lack of this right and this self-exploration process, lack of this doing this inward journey, we are conditioned, and we are not able to help the other also to turn inward. As a result, this do's and don'ts becoming more prevalent in our day-to-day language, day-to-day actions. You do this, you don't do this. No one likes that. No one likes that if you scold on their behavior. I need to see that I am not doing the right thing. That is important, madam. So think about the self-verification process today, again and again. And while doing your activities, this is what you are doing, this verification. If you are doing sincerely. If you are not, if anyone any day missed it, I request you to go back to the day one presentation, day one activity. Last 7 days, if you able to reflect, if you are able to watch it again, you watch it again, watch it. Come with the questions. Tomorrow, you can ask any question. You need not to worry about it. It's a safe group. Pradeep sir will be very, very effective. You ask any question from your life or from that on the content. But that question should come out of your sincere exploration of the content and your own life, its application. So we are exploring harmony in relationship. So we discussed that the goal in relationship is that in the mutual fulfillment. So we discussed about certain principles. When you understand that principle, that reality, then that feeling in you will come. So the first one we discussed is that assurance on the intent. With that clarity, intent of my intent or intent of the other person, other intents for my happiness, with that clarity, the feeling of trust will come under you. Then respect, seeing the other person as a human, that other is similar to me, that seeing myself as a human. With that reality, when I see that reality, the feeling I get is that feeling of respect, samman ki bhav. Then naturally, when I have these two feelings, I feel other is related to me and I am complementary to me, to the other. The moment you separate with your narrow identity, that I am different from the other, then you cannot see my complementarity. The moment you suspect others' intent, you cannot you cannot think of possibility of what I can do now, because you concluded that that guy is. So the third part is that last part of I discussed, some people might misread it, seeing the other person as he is and able to relate to the other person unconditionally. Especially this axiom is very important. Accepting the other person with his shortcomings and with the background. Yesterday, you might have watched that video of Professor Sri Kumar Rao's video, that why his society is training us unhappy. Somehow we got trapped into if and then. If you are like that, then okay. No, that's not that works. Is it how you are treating your own child? If you are little more height, then I will do that. If you are little more fair, if you study little more, then only I accept it, my thing. That's not the relationship. That's a transaction. That's a business, isn't it? Especially this feeling of affection is a fundamental in wife and husband relationship. Then we discussed about accepting that I am related to the other, both are same. Appreciating others' contributions and efforts in my life. The feeling of gratitude. Hope you have started your gratitude practices. At least next 21 days. Please do that gratitude practices and see that what emerges for you in your life. Believe me, if you practice this at least 21 days regularly, without you aware of it, lot of cleaning happens in your head. Lot of cleaning. The Swachh Bharat will happen inside. With that cleaning, the lightness you feel when that becomes humble. That is that pleasure you need to taste. I cannot explain. It's like eating mango and explaining the taste. Nothing. You need to eat and you need to enjoy that taste. Please do this. With this clarity, do this exercise. Few people might be doing it before, but with this frame of mind, with this clarity, you do it. So if possible, I will try to give the prompts from last day onwards, from Sunday onwards. That may help few people. Every day I will try to give one prompt. So hope all these proposals are clear. Now we will discuss about other proposals which we in the relationships. You might remember this. The first day we discussed. Human being is a coexistence of body and self. This is axiom. On what basis you are saying, Shiva? Because the body needs are different, the self needs are different. Both are important, but both the needs are different. the means to fulfillment is different. The self needs can be fulfilled with right feelings and right understanding. The body needs can be fulfilled with material, physical material. The body, what are the body needs? Body needs are protection, nurturing, and right utilization of the body so that I can use this body in an optimum manner. The self needs is to be happy, to ensure its continuity. If you are able to examine it clearly in your life, then you can clearly see that who I am related to, my own kids or my husband or my family members to start with, then outside my closest relationship, I am able to see that the other person also has the both the needs. In this context, then we can understand the feeling of care and feeling of guidance. It's a feeling of taking responsibility of the body needs of my relative. Whoever I feel I am related to the other person, taking care of the physical needs. What are the physical needs? And that very important. Seeing the responsibility, also commitment. Right now, it is very, very much is missing. The commitment to take care of nurturing and protection of the my body of my relative. Are we really caring our children? Let's start with our own children. Especially in modern generation, you check on yourself. If we are earning money, and we forgot that the care is really nurturing them, protecting them, not providing the facilities. It is not providing unlimited food, or it's not that asking, if a person asks the one biscuit packet, bringing a big dabba or that. It is that anything you provide him, is it nurturing him or protecting him or enhancing his capabilities? As a parent, I'm able to see that or not. You see that in any child, in any human's life, there are three stages. The first stage is that I cannot take care of myself. Someone needs to take care of me. The childhood much, very much. Then I am able to develop the capabilities so that I can take care of myself at least. The third level, I develop that maturity and capabilities in such a way that I can also take care of the other person who in my relationships. But unfortunately, are we really preparing our children in these stages? Or somehow we confuse it that providing more is taking care of them is equal. Second thing is the feeling of gratitude. Vatsal is that it's a feeling of responsibility towards self of the relative. Taking responsibility and commitment for developing right understanding and right feelings in the self. Now I am asking sincerely, you ask that, are you ensuring the both to your kids or even whoever the relationship, or mostly focusing on the care by assuming that I'm loving my people, I'm caring that? Where is your entire attention? Is providing more physical facilities, or also recognizing that I have the responsibility to develop self of my relative, which is right feeling in him and right understanding? If you sincerely see that situation, if both the parents are working, seeing the present scenario, if you see that if there is no adults in the family and the seniors people at home, if there is no other generation at home, see that children has a more gadgets in their hand. You can see that. And Pradeep sir will give very nice examples. That's why I'm stopping myself to give examples. Tomorrow he may address that. But what I realized is that the need to know, the self need, Now we are trying to substitute with the need of the body, and we are crubbing when the children are growing, somehow, because to develop the self of the other person, first I need to be developed, isn't it? Can I show that path without me seeing that? Can I have, can I nurture that feeling in my relative without me having that feeling? So in Hindi, there's a very beautiful phrase, dene walon ko devata kaha. Means the concept of God is that someone who gives it. That's why, unconditionally. That's why the teacher, mother and father, these are the three people, consider as that. It's not someone to put it on the to hang on the wall. It's not that. Someone who is giving. But to give, you need to have it, na? Right now, what is happening? Whenever I want to give, now the child is asking question, why I should do? Now you people have done, and including me, we all people have done because either out of the fear or out of punishment. In the previous generation, that method worked. Now this generation, no. They're asking question. Now that both the methods are not working, and now you choose to become chhod do. Now what is happening is that somehow we are also not fine. Recognize this is important activity in my life. So in last, I think one of the workshops, someone is saying that, I think in last year, one of the faculty in the, I think it's NIT Warangal only, in last batch. I think last IPL, not this IPL, last IPL, that professor is reflecting on that. His child, copied that signature of this father on the progress report. Now this the school principal recognized that. Now they called him as that. Now he himself, being a professor, he's a, I think, mathematics professor is there. So there, and he went there, he felt a little ashamed. And he came back out of the school and has given left and right to his son. This is a happy morning incident. Now he came back to the class and this is the discussion is happening. And he's really into tears. Then we ask, sir, what happened? Then he's explaining the situation. Sir, I am very much busy with my own social media activity, my own research, my own thing. Yes, those are important, but I have not recognized that I am not working on the guidance part in my family. As a result, that incident is happening, consequence, but I am worrying about consequences. I am not really paid attention to the cause, the root of it. Why I'm sharing this example is that you just look at it, most of the things which is coming, which you are seeing a problem, may be result of these things. Are we really have a culture in our families to share what is happening in my life, your life? When we don't share, then how you know that what is happening in other person's life until unless he comes and talks to you? So one day when he comes with a new girl or anything and you are seeing it, you suddenly come the shock, that jerks or shocks. Why? Because that it's been happening for long back. Something is happening in his life long back. But he never want to share because he's never felt it is a safe for me. If that environment is not there, if I am not able to understand, it's my responsibility as an adult to provide that environment. And that, what second thing we do, we want to immediately correct it. If they say something, immediately we give the gnan, rather than helping him to reflect on himself, what he's doing is right or wrong. As a parents, as adults, we start giving sermons. So no one wants to share. No one wants to feel that you are the person as I can as reach out to. We all say with that, please think that I am your friend, I'm our friend. No, You are a father. Father cannot be friend. But are you friendly enough so that other can share what he thinks that I can share with friend, why he is not able to share here? So these questions we need to ask ourselves. If you're a teacher, especially millennials, especially who born after 2000, you can see a lot of that. The research, one of the major research is saying that if any addictions, the research on the addictions, if any addiction anyone has, it may be a small thing like a social media addiction, or the big thing like a drugs or any alcohol and so on and so forth. Who the children who miss this guidance in their life, this in their life, those people are much more vulnerable to get affected by these addictions and by outer society. Sir, how far we keep on blaming the outside situation? The media is like that, the friend circle is like that. No. How much time we built that clarity? Yes, he may get influenced by that, but that is not determining his behavior. He has a possibility of that. So I will come.
Shiva, I have a question.
Madam, I will complete it and I will take it.
Sure.
So the proposal here is that don't worry much about my analysis, but I'm drawing your attention to there are two feelings. We need to, a very important relationship, feeling of care, feeling of guidance. As a teacher, if any of you, the teachers are in this group, that's why we are already happy, but we are taking money later. Anyone, for example, for me, when I'm explaining some concept, if I understood that you understood that concept, you got it, that feeling I get in myself is that Vatsalya. I think you people might have enjoyed it. Many of good teachers are there in this group. Now that feeling of Vatsalya, with that feeling, are we able to recognize that need and responsibility and commitment to nurture this right understanding and right feeling in other person, in your own relatives, whoever you feel related to? That is very important. To start with my own immediate family, forget about the outside family, because there is no scope much outside. At least you can clearly diagnose, recognize that this is happening, might be happening. Now the care part, are we really able to provide the guidance how to take care of one's own body? Are we as mothers, as parents, are we able to help that, either nutritious food or anything, what it helps his body to nurture and protect? Or we confused with providing the material is equivalent to taking care of it, or nurturing and protecting of the other body, on building the competence of the person so that he can take care of himself, and build the further competence so that he can take care of the other, whoever he feels related. So care and guidance, very, very important. If you are not married, you think about, are you able to help yourself? If you got married, you ask that, are you able to ensure this feeling and act with whoever you related with this feeling? Generally, the mother, the mamata, the word mother and mamata, all this, all this coming is that, from the root word is that, ma means mine, like myself. Mama means, or mamata means, when I am caring the other, I feel that I am caring myself. From that thing, it's not a gender, it's not both can show the mamata, but the etymological meaning, the beauty of it is that you are not seeing the other, that body is suffering separate. You are feeling more than what, when you feed to yourself, when you are feeding to your child, or that feeling is important. When you are able to guide the other person with that feeling, then the patience, it comes naturally. Right now, when we miss this feeling, that when we not able to see that I am related to the other person is related to me, hence my responsibility to help him to build their understanding. If that is missing, then we all counting starts. 100 times I told you, 200 times I told you. You always want to do this. In this complaint, shift is goes there. Madam.
Shiva,
Madam.
my question is to the point of guidance and how a child turns out, right? While I agree to a point, I also have a dilemma. For example, I know of a family, um, and they have 3 children, right? Out of the 3 children, one child turned out to be a rebel, as in did all that you spoke about, went out, did drugs and all of that stuff. But the other 2 children were absolutely, regular children, children who were abiding, listen to the parents. So how does this apply in these cases? And it's a genuine question. Now, I as a parent or that family as parents, they will not guide different children differently. Their parenting skills will be the same for all 3 children, no? So how does that happen then? For a single child, Shiva, this whatever you said, if I'm not paying attention, and it is quite possible. But where there are multiple children, how does one turn out like this and the other turn out the other way? So that's the question.
Madam, it's not, there's no one right answer to it. Madam, when you're saying that one child is a rebel and then that, now come back to this class. Now almost 30 for 25 people are coming. For example, you see that other day I asked you people to reflect on the videos, 3 videos, you reflect on it. Few people reflected on immediately and few people not able to reflect. And now what I had to do, I had to send another message and again another message. And I have to, sometimes a dhamki, that if you have to do it, it's a mandatory kind of thing. What is happening is that, madam, different people, now go back to the third day discussion, ability to receive and ability to do it. Depending on our own journeys, different people has a different reception capability and different execution capabilities. Now, what is happening in parenting, we always compare these things. That child I am giving the same thing and the same environment. Why this guy is behaving like the way that guy is that? No, that's how he is. The neem plant requirement is different from the arm plant, no? The mango plant or some other desert plant, or some paddy plant. One requires more water, one survives in the less water. One requires more paddy, more like what we say, fodder, what we say, that manure, the more manure, and one is less manure. But nurturing that plant is more important, or focus is where that no, I need to give, and I am providing same water, why you can't grow? No, that's not the justification, madam. Different people has a different journey in their life, and hence their different pace in developing themselves, and different speed and different qualitative shift also. Like how we are, certain things I'll just listen, I will catch once. Certain things I maybe 100 times I'm putting efforts, I'm not getting it. Here the objective, madam, that it's the other person is my relative, it's my responsibility, and and also I commit to nurture this feeling and the understanding in the other person. The moment you are operating from that clarity, then whatever that person required, you will provide that, madam. In spite of that, he may become like that, but at least as a parent, as a relative, whatever, with that feeling, whatever you can do, you did it. That time there won't be any pain. If there is a pain, means in that relationship you haven't done something which you could do it. So that is very important, madam. But here, let us ask ourselves, not go outside, because that becomes hypothetical and logical. Am I, as a parent, as a life partner, am I able to pay attention to both the elements, need of the body and need of the self? So this is the proposal. So let me go ahead. As that, if any burning questions, then I'll take. Otherwise, I will go to next proposal. Any questions? Any clarification? Any doubts, or anything you have objection in the proposal?
No, Shiva, thank you.
Sir. Others, sir? Anything I'm missing in the chat box? Okay. So let me go to the next feeling, which is that reverence. So generally we use this word, but here I'm using this word with the meaning. Okay, meaning is more important. Some other word you can use later. Sir, Shraddha Bhav. The reverence feeling comes as that in us when we have the feeling of acceptance for the excellence. Shrestata ki swikruti ka bhav. When you accept, this Shrestata, the excellence, then the feeling comes in us is Shraddha Bhav. The people who excelled in their life, the acceptance that this is what excellence means. Hence, these are the people who excelled in their life. And while accepting, these are the people I can seek that the inspiration towards the excellence. Those people we call revered people. What do you mean by excellence? The excellence is a living, and much before than that, understanding, harmony in all the 4 levels. Harmony at the level of self, harmony at the level of family and the relationships, harmony in the level of society, and harmony in the level of nature. Ability to see my relationship at all the 4 levels, and ability to live to ensure the mutual fulfillment, is excellence. If you have the acceptance, yes, this is excellence, then whoever excelled in their life, you have the feeling towards them, the feeling of reverence. The concept of God is this, madam. The concept of God is not someone who is that as that. God is what we say is that Devi Devata means someone who excelled. Hence, they are we can take inspiration. We seek the inspiration from them. In our context, we say puja. The puja means that it is a seeking inspiration from the revered is what we call worship. If you understand this, then you don't over-evaluate anything and you don't under-evaluate anything. Is that? Now come back to us. Am I have the clarity that my life, whatever I'm doing, my goal is to excel. If you want to be happiness and ensure that, how? That when you're able to understand the harmony and living accordingly. Am I striving for excellence? As a human, as a mother, what does me excellence mean? As a teacher, what excellence mean? In whatever I'm doing, am I striving for that? That is important with this clarity. So what do you mean by that? Let me take a small example. In a classroom of 30, how many people get the first rank? Maybe 1 or 2. How many people have the possibility to get 100 of 100 or to understand the subject in its entirety? Everyone has this possibility. What we are saying is that excellence is which is the understanding something is in entirety, and my life and all the dimensions of my life, and living accordingly, ensuring harmony. But that to be special is what to compare to other. Now I am comparing that to compare to these 28 people or the 28 people, I need to be first. This is to be special. In local language, we say Sreshtata, Visishtata. Visisht hona hai or Sresht hona hai. Naturally, we say that no, we want to be Sresht, to excel. But where is our efforts are going on? To excel or to be Visisht? If you are at the level of Visisht, now tell me, a person who is aiming on the first rank, how many people he can help? How many people, where that feeling of insecurity, jealousy or secrecy will be there? Where the feeling of friendship, feeling of sharing, generosity will be there? A person who excels, who is aiming for excellence, naturally there's a lot of abundance one can feel. You tell me, if a guy is aiming for 100 of 100, is he losing anything by explaining to his own student, his own friend? No. Instead of that, he is getting more clarity about the subject, isn't it? So when we understand this, the Sreshtata, Visishtata, then we can clearly see that both are not same. A person who is aiming, is striving for excellence, who naturally brings the other person to his level, or if possible, better than him. A person who is to always worrying about this, to be special, to compare to other what I am, Paratantrata. If that person is there, always to striving to be special, then that guy suffers with this competition and always worry about what others is about. You might be seeing that the Three Idiots movie. In that, again and again, the movie concept is that am I worrying about excel, or am I worrying about to be special? So the thing is that now let us reflect on our own life. If you are a teacher, in our own staff rooms, in our own working life, what is that our aim to arrive as if in family, to excel or to always is to in comparison? So the feeling of acceptance for excellence is what we say Shraddha Bhav. When we have this feeling, then naturally we are putting effort to achieve that excellence. In that, while putting the efforts, we are taking inspiration from the reward, whoever that person is, wherever the religion, whatever the region is coming from. If that sees that, that's why this is saying the work is worship, and all these things as a root is from this place, is coming from. That whatever you are doing, you clearly see that I am doing so that I become better. I want to excel. If you have a challenging partner, he is helping you in your life to excel. If you are a challenging student, isn't that what makes a teacher a good teacher? Is it the students or teacher himself? No. If a teacher is, if students are challenging, if students are, what is the praman that teacher has a better knowledge? How well I am living with that students, how well I am able to help the other person to develop his knowledge, isn't it? So that's the proposal, is that am I working to to be special, or I'm working to excel in every dimension of my life? So that's the proposal. It is proposal for me and proposal for you. So the Swatantra will be where when I'm working for excellence. Here there is a competition. It's not that I am competing with my yesterday's self. I am comparing. I might become a little better while doing this action to compare to yesterday. So I am pushing myself to become better and better towards that excellence. It's not the other person is reference. Other person may be help of me, inspiration, if other person is doing something well. Hope it is clear, the excellence and top special. Is there any doubts? I would like to take if any questions you have.
Sir, hello.
Sir, please.
Sir, namaste.
Namaste.
The concept is clear, sir. I think I got more insight into the concept of reverence. I mean reverence, and it is a very casually we use the word reverence every day. Now the clarity I wanted on that is it a inward reference or a outward reference? Like I try to is it the feeling of I try to excel, or is the respect for those who try to excel themselves? I
Sir,
mean, is it compliment to self or self of others? That's what I wanted to know.
sir, with the clarity that what is excellence mean, the first step. If you
Yes.
have the clarity that this is what excellence, then you have naturally you have that swikruti, that acceptance for it. Okay, when you have acceptance for excellence, not the person, accept for excellence, that feeling naturally you get is the saddha bhav. Now it comes to outside. Now if someone in that humanity, if someone excelled as a person, now those are the people we are calling revered. With that feeling, I'm looking at that person's work. First is the inward only. The clarity is inside. The swikruti ka bhav. Shrestha ka swikruti ka bhav.
So as a person, I should first excel. Then only I can show the reverence to others. Is it?
No. I should have the clarity that what it means to excel. What excellence mean.
Okay.
Now
Is it a reward for others or reward for myself?
It's myself. The
Am
feeling
I
is in
rewarding
myself.
myself?
No, not rewarding. Here,
Okay.
reward comes the glory, another feeling. Here is that, sir. For example, there is a saying, like someone comes to a person, like generally I avoid to refer any names of that because it will pulls us out of the point. For example, we say, Sachin is the cricketing god. Okay, this is what does it mean? That someone excelled in that sport. Generally, people use it, but here, when we say excellence, means excellence in all these 4 levels: as an individual, as a family, as my contribution as a society member, and with my relationship with nature. When we have this acceptance, yes, this is what excellence means, then whoever excelled in these domains, those people we consider the revered people. In our traditions, like in Christianity, when we call the revered father, we call. Even when we used to write the letter, we used to write like that before. We used to start, even you refer to your own parents, your own teacher used to start that. But somehow it missed it because no one is, actually teachers are that. Teachers are someone who excelled. Now these people are working to help the next generation to excel, if possible, better than him.
I understood the concept, sir. No, but now I just wanted to apply it now in an academic environment. A entry level person, an assistant professor, certainly, very soon, I mean, became and attained the level of professor. So, is it excellence?
Now it's coming that. Now I'm coming to, that's a glory. You are saying that a person who is putting efforts to achieve the excellence. Okay. Now appreciating that, recognizing that, now someone who is putting efforts towards the excellence, and he may be excelled in his profession, or he is in his research. So the Gaurav Bhav is that if my colleague is doing some good research, and the feeling towards his efforts towards achieving that excellence in that field, that Gaurav Bhav is that, sir. Now, unfortunately, we miss this in our staff rooms, in our that. If anyone, if any younger assistant professor, if someone who is doing good research, what is the kind of language? You just see that. what is this research? What it contributes? You see the way. Are we really appreciating the efforts of someone towards the excellence, or some conditioning is coming? Why it is coming? Because when we are always in this competition, you see other is your different, you are different, you are competing, rather than you are also in the journey of putting your efforts in excellence. This conditioned mind generally to compare, to feel insecure about, and all these things. So the glory and the reverence, these are very much connected. The reverence is the feeling towards all person who already achieved the excellence. So-called the big who we hang them, or we celebrate as a culture. So and so person is like this, so and so that. Any festivals you take it, sir. Festivals is to do the to develop this feeling only. We get one full day holiday. For example, tomorrow is today, Gandhi Jayanti. Today, okay. Today, Gandhi Jayanti. Why there is a one full day holiday? Is that if someone did something as a human, let us understand that day, spend some time as a family, as a community, as a society. Can we seek inspiration from it as a human? Can I be in that context? But if you do not understand what is the excellence as a human mean, if you don't recognize that these are the people who excelled, now there is no point that let's chill. This is the resting time or chill time.
Thank you.
It's very, very important, sir. Recognize that what is the excellence mean first. Then if anyone excelled, need not to be he's Indian. If someone Thomas Alva Edison or someone Einstein or someone excelled as a humanity, they contributed something, or a Buddha or anyone in that matter. Am I seeing that, asking what is that they achieved? What is that the way they lived? In Telugu, there is a very beautiful song that you keep on praying and boasting these people, or are you recognizing that what is they achieved for you as a humanity, as a human? Can you recognize that? Hence, there is a possibility of a human that it's not like I am human, that I am human. Hence, there is a possibility to have a glorious act. So then we discuss gratitude in depth. So I just, oh my God, it's 8:04. Okay. So that love is left, very, very important feeling and beautiful feeling. So we discussed about 8 feelings till now. The feeling of trust, what kind of clarity is required to have that feeling, we discussed. I'll just show that end slide. There's a foundational value, that's assurance on others' intent. Then we discussed about respect, the right evaluation. Can we make effort to live complementary way? Can I be able to see that we are complementary and taking responsibility in that relationship? Affection, acceptance that other is one's relative. Acceptance, with accepting with one's own background and shortcomings. Care and guidance. Care is taking responsibility towards the body of my relative. Responsible and commitment. Guidance is responsible and commitment to ensure the right understanding and right feeling, the self of my relative. Reverence is acceptance for the excellence. Glory is acceptance for those who are making efforts for the excellence. Gratitude is that acceptance for the people who are putting efforts for your excellence in your life, for your life. So love, the love we will discuss tomorrow, that what is the love and what it involves. So that's all from my side. Sorry for the exceeding it.
Thank you.
So today, before you leave that, I would like to take your suggestion. Tomorrow, from today onwards, we are having the evening discussions with the same link. What time you prefer? Can you type in the chat box? Is it 7 to 8 or 8 to 9? Whatever the majority, I will go for that. Just everyone please type it so that majority time I can. Great. Great. I request try to attend maximum people. We will. I will try to unpack the dimensions which are not able to discuss. But I don't teach anything new. We take the question and answer. We deep dive into your question and answers because unfortunately we are not able to take everyone's questions in the class. Okay, and few may other people also join us who are practicing these things. No problem, sir. It is not mandatory. It is very much is a voluntary, and you are coming if you have deeper questions. That's all. Okay. Thank you very much. 7 to 8 is the majority of people. Let me go for that. 7 o'clock, 5 to 7, I've opened the room. Same link. So I will again inform in the WhatsApp group also. Please communicate your friends if anyone is missed. So I can take one or two questions regard all the any feeling or feelings we discussed today. If you have any questions or clarifications, doubts. Any questions? Clarifications, doubts?
Sir, one feeling I want to share.
Sir, please.
Sir, from childhood, I used to chant this Shraddha Bhakti Badhao, Shraddha Prem Badhao. But meaning really, matlab, I appreciate your effort. I'm grateful. Matlab, with this course, I got much clarity. And somehow that was in practice, but with right understanding and right feeling, it has come with TSTR, sir. So thank you very much.
Sir, Shiva sir, this Shekhar. I want to share one feeling which I got is important thing when you mentioned, right? Very small things we frustrated, like I mean you said, and also in the videos also it's mentioned when there is a traffic jam and all those things, which is for 5% of things we frustrate, which is happening negative, whereas the 95% of positive we forget those scenario, and we made ourselves unhappy for only that 5%. So with this course, I'm keep on understanding that what is the positive surroundings me, which is nullifying these minor things. So that is one great knowledge I got with this session. I'm very thankful to you and this group. Thank you, sir. Hello, can you hear me? You got what I said?
Oh, sorry, I was mute. I'm talking. Yes, sir. Yes, I appreciate your reflection. And like you, I also attended as a participant. Similar reflections helped me to put it in my own life and that. So with that conviction, when I'm working in this proposal in my life, I have realized that, yes, this is making sense. Things are not new, but the way it is being presented with the clarity, with the consistency, and with the relevance to the direct life, day-to-day life, that what it attracted me to take up this initiative or whatever that. And what is the one more beautiful thing is that, so it's not that we don't know all these things. but somehow our attention is not drawn, and we haven't given enough value to this, why it is important and what we think it's okay. So right now in this course is that we are drawing our attention to certain things and its relevance to my life. I'm asking sincerely this question. When we ask this question, any human being, and it works. So that's what appealing me. That's what I request all of you to also work on ourselves. If possible, we can help. We can provide this opportunity to many others. So good reflections. Oh my God, I'm telling how much ease will come. How much ease will come in life. Yes, there are certain things we cannot address it. Still, there is the issues, but your ability to examine things, your ability to see things as they are, if that increases, the joy in a 24 hours we live na, is so high. And what else we require? So that's the background. I am like that, and there is a content, there is a people, teachers who helped this. So I will introduce all these things, because why I stopping myself to anything to say is that suddenly that becomes important more than the proposal and my application of that proposal in my life. That's why you might have observing me, I may not even take any example outside of the family. Suddenly we get some ventilation. Yes, now there's so much discussion happens, but we don't ask, am I living that life? What does it mean in my relationships? So tomorrow we'll discuss about that. Any other questions or reflections or any insights?
Yeah, regarding the lightness, yeah, I'm truly able to feel a lot of lightness, and a lot of things are making very, a lot of sense. So, in fact, it also brings in the heaviness that, oh my God, it's such a simple thing, and how did I miss it? How did I goof up in such a small thing? So that is there. That is of course, the flip side of the lightness, I guess. And um, perhaps you could also share. You were talking about the next level program. What is it that you typically convey at the end of tomorrow, day after tomorrow?
Yes.
What will be covered? And
Yes, I will explain.
Other levels?
I will explain. I also not know much that, but I will explain like that. We are also, that is emerging. It's emerging, sir. It's coming out of the people's need. Is that would be, it is like what you asked morning, what it means to practice these principles in life. In that context, where that program would be, it would be much more application.
Yeah, in fact, that is what was my added question. Like, people have successfully implemented and transformed, made huge transformations. What is the common patterns they followed? And people who are not being successful, look, we hear people repeatedly attending this program. Why do they have to repeatedly attend the program? What is it that they missed? Or what is it they are looking for more? Those are the questions which are still bothering me.
The proposal won't change, sir. My ability to examine will change. Every time I'm saying that, I'm like an onion layer, one layer after another layer, another layer. The layer, I am looking at different layers in my own life. That's what happens when you revisit the content again and again.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much all. See you evening at 7 p.m. Thank you.